Well, welcome to the Complete Nonsense Podcast. I want to pre-apologize for anything that we may say that may piss you off or offend you. If it does, please call in and let's talk about it. We want to hear your opinion. Our disclaimer is very simple. If you are super serious or looking for something educational, forget about it. Because it won't happen here, let's begin. Lord, are we still testing? We still testing. I would rather welcome to episode 13 of Complete Nonsense. I would rather have you. I want to say hello to my right, Staxx, beautiful Staxx. Like we were just discussing how ridiculous, the most ridiculous human being I've ever met. And producer is now on hiatus, and the unfortunate part of it is the hiatus is forever. So we want to welcome the D's as a permanent member of Complete Nonsense. Let's hear it for the D's. Yay! Now,
AKA Big T.
no, we're not going by Big T. I thought we were going by D's.
No, we're going by Big T.
What the fuck are we doing?
You said Big T.
You want Big T?
Yeah, Big T.
Okay, we'll do Big T. I thought we were going D's. Did we not do the D? Were we not doing
we
D's?
said T.
Hold on, I need get my S as well.
Now you're moving my shit, bro. You're moving my mic. Watch.
First of all,
So we just spent the last 30 minutes in this trying to figure out our mics, right? We're hoping this is recording right now, and if it's not recording, we'll figure it out. There's a guy in the building. We'll call him the Z-Man that will have to figure this out because I mean we should really once again we shouldn't have these issues. These issues should not be happening in a professional podcast studio. I got cords falling all over the place. His mic is now still not fucking working, and we have not done anything or touched anything since we walked in the door. But here we are not being able to fucking even know if we can hear what we're recording. So let's just hope that we are. So you turned you whipped around with your angry eyebrows. He did. We all saw that. So what are you upset about, right?
I'm not upset.
What were you getting upset about?
I'm just saying, it's a lot
What?
coming at me at one time.
There's nothing coming at you except push the fucking record button and let's hope for the best. Over here, Staxx. See, it's okay when you and I get with her, right? Because then she can be like, oh, no, you got, and then be mad the whole way home, right? But if we bust your balls over there, oh my God.
Boy.
Leave my man alone. Leave my man alone. Meanwhile, she's like, push record.
Push record.
You know, how many times did she say push record?
She said push record.
At least 10 times. Yeah. Let's go
love
for
you.
it. And let's go for it
said.
and push record. But I start busting your balls. Hey, dude, man, try that button. Hey, man, move that over. Fucking try this. She's like, leave me alone. Leave me. Only I can say push the button, motherfucker.
I did not say that.
The mic keeps going lower. If you notice,
I know, bro.
dropping. Drop it like a tall.
Do not try and tighten those things because as we learned last time, they were literally out of their minds about whoever was moving these mics. At least they're now lower to us. Yours should be higher because you're a bigger guy.
Course.
But at least hers is leaning, which is good. Again, it's not falling off.
Yeah, hers is
and
right in front
mine,
of her.
every time whatever the fuck you're doing over there shifting, my mic head turns with it.
Mine
it
just keeps
won't
going
stay.
down.
I would just love a should we bring in a caller? We could bring in a caller right now.
Who is it?
Hello, welcome to Complete Nonsense Podcast. How can we help you tonight?
I need $10,000 for the podcast.
There you go. See? Let's say hello to Bo. Everybody say hello to Bo. This is my guy. He's out in the world right now. Just went to Mammoth Caves.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Okay, he's going to Chicago.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck you need $10,000 in a cave for?
Yeah, seriously. You going to Chicago? Yep. You have fun. Where are you staying, buddy? You found a place to stay?
Yeah, I'm staying at Shane's.
Shane's, fantastic. Would you like to say something? Turn up my phone?
Yeah, you can barely hear him.
You can't hear?
I mean, the content.
We are making you content, bud. Let me just ask you this. So this is what happened. I don't know if you guys know, but my son decided to go from Florida a couple of days ago to Mammoth Caves. Mammoth Caves is in Kentucky. Okay. And if you're a Blackstone Cherry fan or something like that, there's a song called The Ghost of Floyd Collins. It was one of the first times that a dude was in a cave with media, if you will, quote unquote, media people around, and he got stuck and he died. They just buried him. He died right there in the cave. They couldn't get him out.
They didn't distract him or anything?
They couldn't. They couldn't get him out. Couldn't get him out. They did a ceremony while he was alive.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you got to shut your windows, caller. You need to shut your window because we're hearing the feedback from your radio.
You said he got stuck.
All right, bye. Have a good trip. Love you.
Could not get out.
Okay, so he got literally like trapped in there where he couldn't get out. So they had
Correct.
to go say, hey,
They tried to get him and they couldn't get him out.
gotcha.
Right? His name was Floyd
was he a
Collins.
cave diver? Or
He was, a cave explorer.
Oh, okay.
Right?
It's not
That is
water
not-
caves. It's
yeah.
actual water.
Yeah, right.
That
No,
is
it's
not
not
my
actual.
cup of tea at
Not
all.
actual water.
I just said it's not water caves.
Oh! I thought you said
it's
yeah.
walking.
Yeah, well, they crawl.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't crawl.
Sounds terrible.
dude, have you guys ever seen seriously like the cave videos? Like, do you guys not watch that at all on TikTok or anything?
No.
I've watched a couple.
Oh man, I'm gonna send you one tonight. Even watching them, I get queasy.
Oh, yeah,
like I get
anxiety.
really. These guys are underneath, and they're trying to squeeze through these areas. And first of all, they're filming it, and if water comes rushing through, that's it. They're done. And there are tons of stories now about people dying in these caves. So this was one of the original guys. Now I'm sure there were people that died before him, but he was one of the first that was actually where the media came, and they made it a circus trying to get this guy out. So it's a song called "The Ghost of Floyd Collins" from Blackstone Cherry, which maybe we'll put underneath the opening if we can figure that out.
We all went on a trip together, and we did a cave walk.
Yeah, that was
I
terrible.
Was ready to rip my head off.
Yeah, it was
like I was like, why am I in here? It just kept getting tighter and tighter, and then you couldn't touch anything on the cave.
Yeah.
The tourist was screaming at everybody, "Don't touch the cave!"
The guide.
I'm like,
The guide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
the
like
guide.
ridiculous. I mean, how you not touch a cave where you're squeezing through? I'm a big guy.
Yeah, you're a big guy.
I mean,
And how many times we bang our head?
my belly is imprinted on that cave for sure. 100%.
The thing about those is they're such touristy shit. That kind of stuff. When that cave that we went to.
Yeah.
But these guys are these mammoth caves and shit like that are where these guys go as cave explorers, and they literally shimmy down into them. They're on their belly the whole time. They're not walking. Again, I don't know if you. I'm going to show you tonight. And again, anyone who look up mammoth caves out there in TikTok land, you're going to see all kinds of people going through the caves. And what happens is they get on their bellies and they go and they are like, that's hardcore, man. Like they have to breathe a certain way. They have to tuck a rib a certain way. They got to move their body a certain way to get through to the next level. It gives me fucking anxiety.
Yeah. I mean, and you're going in with the unknown. So
Oh
you're
yeah,
like,
of course. And what's the point? It's not like a cave is you're going to shimmy through something, and all of a sudden you're going to come to a promised land.
Yeah, you're going to.
You got to find a fucking way out. And what happens if you can't find a way out? Let's say you go in straight, right? And you're 6 foot and you're 180 pounds, right? So you're a real skinny guy, 160. You're a skinny guy, and you shimmy all the way to an end where all of a sudden there's some sort of opening. But what happens if you can't turn around? Or what happens if you end up going down and you can't get back up? There's so many unknowns with cave exploring.
I would never.
I would never fucking do it either. It would not be. It's not worth it.
You guys always try to get me to do all this stuff, and I get it, but
We have never tried to go.
no, but you always try to get me on
Yeah,
some weird
yeah.
adventure, and
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
No.
no.
That's never come. We've never looked at you and said
Oh, yes, you
cave
have.
cave
Yes, you have. Most
exploration.
certainly.
After
You took me to a ghost
South
town, and,
Dakota
like, go in and-
caves, you ruined a national treasure. We
Yeah.
can't ever.
They
We are
almost-
banned
they
from
almost closed
caves
that bitch
forever.
down.
Yeah.
They almost closed it down.
Yeah, there's I don't think there's ever been a moment in our relationship where I've said, I think he wants to squirt me through a fucking cave for 4 hours.
You said we're going on this walk, and meanwhile, I just want to go on the roller coaster thing.
Yeah. What's the roll? Oh, we did. Did we do the roller coaster?
No, we did a big long walk, and I was dying on the walk.
Yeah, but
So-
then we did you and I stood on the last one and went up on the roller coaster.
No, we did not.
We
walked
never
it
made the
along.
roller coaster?
No. And then we had to walk back uphill. And I was like,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Well, why? Because I think they were pissed.
Yeah,
they were
mad.
giving us attitude about that we wanted to go on the roller
we
coaster.
weren't.
Yeah, there was something.
we weren't.
We were down there on that line, and him and I decided
You all
not to
did
do the
not want to
line.
wait in that line
yeah,
because
I
it was
don't like waiting in lines
1,000
either.
degrees.
I don't know.
But then
And
when
we
I
had
got
just
past
done-
the
It was
line, we got in the cave, and I was like, let's go back to the fucking line. Like, I hate
Tip D's was already on the poster for Most Wanted for
We call him
ruining
Big
the
T.
caves.
See, now we're gonna get all fucked up. We call him D. We're going with D's.
I refuse to
Yeah,
call him Big T.
yeah. That's
I'm
a little.
sorry.
That's a little awkward in the room. I can call you Big. No, we can't. We're gonna keep this all in because we're gonna do a poll. Should we? That's what we should do. Our first thing as an independent, because again, R.I.P. producer. We're gonna do a poll. Should we call him the D's or should we call him Big T? How about that? Can you figure out
Yes.
how to put that up?
Podcast land.
Yeah.
Please
that's one, yeah.
pick his name.
Okay.
Pick his name.
They're gonna pick my name.
Yes. Oh yeah.
they-
You can
yeah,
you can
Well,
enter
I
your
go by either
own.
one of those, by the way, so it doesn't matter.
You
Right,
can
yeah,
enter
but
your
we-
own names for him too, and we'll see if we like them.
Right. I had a really good idea for the show for when
we
the
did.
producer was going.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem to play out that
No.
way. And we might as well just say go with it. She was great to us. She was
was. We
she was
love her.
very good. She's great at what she does. It was just there was time for her to move on, and
Yeah.
she felt like she wanted to go do her own thing. Once we learn the name of her podcast, we'll promote it for her.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everything she did, and we'll miss her.
And she does also help out new and upcoming podcasters that want to try to get
Authentic creation.
and try to get in the business. So
Yes.
that's also a good thing.
Yeah. It's always nice to help out other
Yeah.
people. But anyway, so let's get back to how Staxx is just so ridiculous. Because I'm going to say
Why?
you're ridiculous, right? It's such a weird dynamic, all of it.
Yeah.
Where 1 minute it's leave him alone, next minute, hey, Deez, you're a douchebag. You know what I'm saying? There's no ever just easy understanding, right?
Yeah.
You don't know where you're coming to go with this person. I've never met
not
anything like
true.
That is, yeah, it's
so true.
It's not true.
Fuck it. How is it not true? I'm going to give you a perfect example.
only with
we
you.
play a game last. Oh, so I'm the only one who gets this wonderful wrath? Oh, that's
What
fantastic.
wrath? I'm like the most easygoing person out there.
That is true. She is easygoing, but she
What?
has a lot of anxiety about a lot of things.
Okay, again, oxymoron. Either you have anxiety or
I
easy.
do not have
Easy and anxiety
I'm
do not.
easygoing. You give me anxiety.
She's not you. She said you.
Yeah, clear. So she's been alive for X amount of years. Let's call it 25. We know she's been alive for 25 years.
Yeah.
So she's known me 5. So for the last 5 years, this anxiety crept in where it's written all over her face by meeting me one day. No, I don't buy any of that nonsense.
She's had 5 good years of you. So
Yeah, of course she's had 5 good years.
Yeah.
Taking
Now
a-
we have that brother-sister relationship.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
where we bicker.
Yeah, well, yeah. Do we bicker?
Yeah.
No, it's not a bicker.
100%.
It's that you just like nah.
We both have our
eh.
opinions.
I just, but you have no opinion on anything else. Anything else out in the world, I don't care. Which is such, it's so
Yeah,
not true.
well,
I'm sorry. This family right here, the two of you, I love you guys. I would lay down and die for you. You are the most caring motherfuckers I've ever met. And you act like you aren't. I love, when somebody tells you 1,000 times they don't care, they care the most. And I don't know if you honestly believe yourself at this point, but I'm going to tell you something. Around us, nobody believes you. Everybody knows you give a fuck. So I don't care. Oh, yeah, I could just see I see the
That's
lip
not
quivering.
true.
Oh, that is so fucking true.
It's so not true.
But okay, again, they have this quote: if you lie to yourself enough, you'll
Believe it.
you'll start to believe it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't gotten there yet because
No.
you still you care about everything. So let's talk about this week. We had an interesting week. Let's get into this week.
Let's get into it.
So, as we all know, my guy decided to go. It's time to go. It's 2 months long, and it was appreciative to have him around.
Yep.
And we get to see my guys. We do some traveling. We get out to California. We get out to Arizona. It's not like I don't see him for years on end, right? We see him a couple times a year,
Yep.
at least once, if minimum, at least once a year, right? And so he's been here for the last 2 months. And anybody that knows the world of a periodontal cyst knows that.
what?
Right.
Oh, stop.
Okay.
What is that?
I'm gonna explain this to you. So it's a cyst.
Don't
that-
use big words.
I'm trying not to, but it is.
Big T doesn't know what big words are like that.
But it is. This one is legitimate.
Paradomus.
Correct. You're close.
Okay.
Periodontal cyst.
Okay.
So what is? It's a cyst that comes at the top of your ass crack. Okay. The top of your ass crack. When I'm talking the top of your ass crack, the top of your ass crack, right where the ass crack starts, it's right there. Okay. So what happens is it's like either an ingrown hair or some sort of. I don't know the specifics of what's inside the cyst, but whatever a cyst is, and I think this one has hair in it for some reason, right? I think it becomes an ingrown hair that grows into a cyst. So this thing just manifests itself. Huge. It starts rolling and rolling and rolling. All of a sudden, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it needs to burst.
And it's so painful.
So wait a minute.
So
It
painful.
comes from, you don't know what it comes from ingrown hairs.
Again,
Or is
I'm
it
not
like,
100.
like a pocket of calcium built up or something
It's
like
like a pocket of pus.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure of what it is.
that? Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what the actual contents of the cyst are, but whatever a cyst is, and anybody wants to tell us what a cyst is or what's in there, anybody in the medical
I know
field.
what a cyst is. I just
But
never
what's
heard
in
of
this, like the paradigm of what's in
Okay,
it, right? So I'm assuming it's hair. So my son, and I've had two through the years. I've had two that I actually had surgery. One time I had surgery, and CC had to pack it. So they make a big hole, and they want to grow. They go in, they scoop it out, they cut it out, and then they pack it from the inside out. They want it to heal from inside out.
They don't
Usually
lance
they
it?
stitch it. They do lance it. Lancing it just opens it. But when they go surgery, they cut it into it and they dig it out. They scoop it out, right? So then what they do is they don't want you to most things when you have a surgery, right? They stitch you up. Well, this one they leave it open because they want it to heal from the bottom out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to constantly put like padding in there, right? Gauze. So every couple of days, CC would have to like change my gauze, and it would be like a fucking mile long, right? My shit was almost to my stomach, and it was out there, and it stunk, and it was fucking just awful, right? She did this for a month, and then it came back again. So the second time it comes back, she starts doing this. I come home from surgery, and I'm in the shower, and all of a sudden I'm like, CC, can you come help me? And she walks in, and she was like, what the fuck is going on? She thought I got killed. It hit an artery, and it was squirting every time my heart pumped. It was squirting out my ass.
Was it just coughing out hair? What was it doing?
No, it was bleeding because it got taken out. And she's like, I don't think this is normal. I'm like, well, could you hurry before I fucking lose consciousness? I need to be conscious during
Is
this.
it one of those things that'll stop bleeding?
It will not, because remember, if you hit an artery, an artery is what kills you,
So
right?
you need to call 911.
I needed to call. Well, I need to get to the hospital or a doctor. She gets me in the car. We're bleeding. I'm bleeding out like a slaughtered pig, right? And she brings me to the doctor. The doctor who did it. The doctor goes, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And he takes this burning tool, and he burns the artery, so it closes, right?
Sounds like straight torture.
Oh,
Like, what's
dude, yeah,
going on?
you have no idea.
Cut it, steam it.
That is it's like
It's like on fire.
it's like Kung Pao. Do we eat Kung Pao?
It's fucking Rambo over here.
So it gets worse. I'll tell you this: the fact of the matter of what I went through on the curing side of it, that was a done deal. It was over. It was getting fixed. Was nothing compared to the pain. Since you said you've had one, the pain of living with it on a daily basis.
I couldn't walk.
For days, many days. Yeah.
What's the recovery after it starts healing? Like,
It's fairly fast. I mean, at the
Okay.
time you're young,
Once they lance it, it's instant relief. Like instant.
Well,
relief.
that's
so
because
you're going to want to do that fairly quick.
No.
I mean, when you notice you have one,
No, you got to let it. You got to let it grow to where it needs to be lanced.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just cut. Like if it's under the skin, because what happens is if it's under the skin, you're gonna have to cut through all that and the tissue and all that. You got to let it get to the point where it's protruding, if you will, and then you lance it and all that pus comes out and that relieves the pressure, because that's what you're feeling, the pressure on our nerves, because it's on our ass crack. It's at the bottom of our spinal cord in so many.
So you don't recommend people messing with it, like people like. That's
I
part of the
recommend
problem.
it. Oh,
I mean, people like to.
Yeah.
Mess with it.
I did it all.
Mess with it, it infects it, right?
Yeah, I did it all. I cut it with my own knife one time. I cut it with a razor blade. Oh, dude, you have no idea the shit I did with it. Yeah, because mine was for years.
Years? This thing lasts for years?
The first time I had one, I walked around with it for at least 2 years, because what would happen is it would go, pop, and then all of a sudden it would heal and it'd be okay for a while.
And then
yeah,
good
and
as
it comes
gold
back.
until it comes back.
correct. And it comes back months later, right? It could come back 6 months later. So I walked around with this thing for years. I was in a New York cab one time and I couldn't sit down. And I said to this guy, I went to an eyeglass store because everybody knows I'm in the eyeglass world. And I talked to this little guy and I said, yo, man, you know somebody who can lance this thing? He goes, give me a minute. Let me make a call. And he calls the phone. Hello, Dr. Von Frankenstein. And he calls this guy. He's like, he literally rips me off a piece of paper. It looked like it was like a Post-it note. He rips this. And he goes, go to this address. So I go to this address. And I swear to God, this is a true story, right? I'll never tell a lie. Even though my stories are colorful. This is God's honest truth.
Whoa.
At the base, this is the shit that went on. So I'm like, okay. So I take this little thing and I'm like, cab driver, get me this. He goes, oh, you're going there. Kind of like, what is this? Right? Like it was a factory. I ended up this building, and this building was like a residential kind of thing in the Bronx. Okay. And
It wasn't a hospital. It was like a house.
It was literally a house. So in New York City, a lot of the offices are in buildings. You're in residential buildings. There's commercial at the bottom, residential. So I'm like, okay, I get this thing. I ring the doorbell, and this guy opens the door. He goes, "Oh, come in." He's like, "Oh, you need this lens." He goes, "Lay there." I'm like, "What?" And before I know, it was cutting. And I just felt it ooze through my head.
Oh my god!
But it felt so good, right?
So you didn't just go to a hospital. You went to
At
this
that
guy's.
one I did
You just went
not.
to a specialist that
he was
cooking
home.
spaghetti
Yeah,
at his
we-
house.
We're
Yeah,
not sure
come
he
on
was
over.
even a doctor.
Yeah, we're not sure. I don't know. I didn't know. I paid him $150. We nodded, and I kind of walked.
He
out.
used a kitchen knife.
It was like he was heating it with a torch. The whole thing was awful.
Oh my
but the
gosh.
relief was amazing. Once you land, and I was like, okay, so I learned that technique. I was like, I could do this shit. So I'd be in the bathtub with a butter knife back there trying to cut it and shit. I'd be there with my razor blades from the carpenter's. I'd be doing that, and then if I got just really aggravated by it, I would literally just be like, cut it with a razor blade and just let it go. Yeah,
That's
it
got
was
to be making it worse.
100%.
100% it's got to be making it worse.
To me, it
Cutting
does.
it with a razor blade and a butter knife, and I can see you doing that
all
I
day.
can 100% see you doing that.
all day.
I'm telling you, the pain is worse than anything you can
Yeah,
imagine.
but why
Unbelievable.
not just go to the doctor and be like, I need this taken care of
They will.
here?
Once you finally come to terms with the fact that you need it, right?
Right.
They will. You'll get it fixed.
And that's probably why you have certain back problems, I'm sure.
Nah, it
messes
doesn't have
your
anything to
back.
do-
No, it doesn't hurt your back?
No, but when it's
It affects your back, I'm sure. It goes up your back.
no, it's just one,
it's
but
part
it
of your
hits
ass.
nerves when it grows.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is why you
It's
can't walk.
compressing. When you sit down, it starts compressing. It's not your back muscles. Like our back issues are on a right side and a left side. I don't know about you, but it's either on the right or left side. It's usually far enough away from the spine, right? Because I'm crooked. I become crooked. But so then I finally decide to do it. So we're gonna fast forward all these years later. So now my son comes to me and says, Dad, I think I got this thing you used to have. And I'm like, oh no, you got a cyst, right? He's like, yeah. I said, how long have you had it for? He goes, it's been a little bit. I said, why don't you get it taken care of? He goes, well, I'm new to the health insurance. 24-year-old guy. They're
Right.
fucking stupid. They don't want to start the shit that they need to start, right? So I'm like, well, let's call your health insurance company. No problem. What do you got? You got United Healthcare, right? Let's say it's United. I'm pretty sure it was United. So we're now in Florida, and it's from an Arizona health insurance. They won't let him fucking see a doctor. So if I go travel abroad or anywhere outside of Florida, and I get sick, I can't use my health care. I can't use my Florida health
That doesn't make sense.
It does it not.
They should have like an
Doesn't mean-
out of network.
Exactly. It should. Shouldn't it? It should. So what did I have to do? We called everybody. I even called the urgent cares. Hey, Lance, this guy's thing. We can't do it. It's out of state. And some of them wouldn't even do it. I said, how about out of pocket? Some of them wouldn't even do the out of pocket because he was out of state. And I'm like, this is fucking absurd. Like,
Well, what if he didn't have insurance? Don't tell them he has it. Just
well,
go.
he would have. But what are they gonna do? They're gonna ask for his insurance card when he gets there.
Can't you send
And
him
he
back to
says
the
he doesn't
Frankenstein
have
guy?
it.
Yeah, Frankenstein guy's in New York.
Yeah,
God
just
only
send him back to that guy.
God only knows if he's alive.
You just say you don't have it.
I understand
And
that.
you're
We tried
self-pay.
it all. We tried it all. When I tell you, you were part of the conversation, right? You remember I was like, hey, you go to your guy, get some. So I said, I'm gonna go get him antibiotics. I said, bro, at first I was thinking I'll make the appointment with my doctor and put him into my doctor and let him just surprise her and be like, I'm here, let her do that. But yeah, it would never happen. My doctor's like straightforward, no way. She won't even give me good drugs when she says, oh, she says to me, I'm your drive-through drug person. I said, but bitch, you don't give me anything good. You don't give me the good stuff. I mean, heartburn pills and blood pressure medicine is not fucking cool drugs. Johnny on this corner is not making millions of dollars from selling that shit, right? Hey, I got Valsartan, buddy. You need some of that? Hey, I got some Pepsid AC. You want this? You want this pizza? Here's fucking Pepsid AC. No. So I go to this doctor. Now I make this appointment, and I'm like, okay, bud, I'm gonna help you out, right? Dad's gonna take one for the team. Okay. So Dad goes to the doctor, and she says, what do you, I hear you want some antibiotics for this periodontal cyst that's come back. I said, yeah. She goes, I got to see it. And I said, okay, you got to see it. And all of a sudden, before I know it, she's got my pants down, and I hear, and she's slapping her glove. I'm like, whoa, hold the fuck on here. What do we do? She goes, I got to go in. I said, you're not going in. She's like pushing me forward. It becomes a wrestling match. It's a wrestling match. on this table, dude. And now I'm thinking, okay, she's getting me here. She's getting me here. She's getting me here. And I'm thinking, all right, just tell her that you have it. I'm like, didn't you feel it right here? So she's now sticking her finger. And I'm trying to convince her that there's one there. She's like, I think I feel it. I'm like, no, it's there. You can feel it. She's like, I don't know. Do you want to get it lanced? We can go lance. I said, no, you're not going to. You can't cut it right now.
So meanwhile, she has your hands in your ass like Jeff Dunham. She's
Oh,
like,
bro, the whole way. When I heard, and because I was turned around, she's like, stand there. She's all of a sudden, I look over and she's got this grin and gloves on. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking insane.
Oh, no.
So here I am getting fingered in the anus to feel a periodontal cyst that is not there, okay? Because I'm trying to get my son some fucking drugs so he can get his where it starts to not, he doesn't have the pressure anymore without going to Lancet because nobody in his healthcare out of network would not Lancet for him. So that's what I did last week. That's exactly what the fuck I did.
Does antibiotics take away the swelling?
It does. It takes away the swelling. It takes away a little of the pain. It's not a pain reliever, but
Is it like a
antibiotic.
bacterial antibiotic?
Exactly. Yeah. But there was certain things he couldn't do. He couldn't. She had proceeded to ask me all the questions. Well, we know you like to drink on weekends, so I can't give you that one. I'm like, yeah, don't give me that one because I knew it was going to go away, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to give you the one that makes you taste like metal in your mouth. Yeah, I kind of want to stay away from that one. She's like, how about this one? This one's going to make you nauseous every day. I'm like, well, can we not fucking do that one?
I don't understand. Those are options.
Yeah, those are the options.
Terrible. Like, give me something that's going to help me, not something that's going to make me worse and feel nauseous.
But the stronger the antibiotic, the better it works.
But you won't feel better. You'll feel worse.
No, you might.
You want the pain to
will
go away.
but you'll be throwing up on the side and feeling like you're sick.
Yeah, but once the throwing up stops, But this is, I would just picture my guy up there taking his antibiotic, smoking some fucking weed.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking the beers till it ends, and all of a sudden he's a mess up there, and he's dead with a periodontal cyst. We were trying to avoid that at all costs.
Periodontal
So yeah.
cyst.
That's how this thing went, and then he's like, I'm like, okay, so I get the medicine. He's like, I'm gonna try and get it taken care of. I said, well, you gotta call your doctor, dude. He's like, well, I don't have a doctor. I said, yeah, you fucking have health insurance, bro. You need to get a doctor, man.
I'm terrible with doctors.
He doesn't have a doctor.
I am terrible with doctors.
And you're a guy who needs a doctor.
You go to the doctor like it's. You're on drugs when you just go there all the time. We talk about anything. You're like, I'm going to check it out with the doctor.
All the time.
Remember the time where I was like, we should get testosterone?
Yes.
And you were like, oh, that sounds cool. But I was like, come on, man, let's do it.
Yeah, I was in. I was full in until you told me where we were getting it.
I was like, we're going to stand up and pee.
Yeah. You're like this.
Let's do it.
This is what I got. We're going to do testosterone. You and I are working out. We're on diets.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then you're like, there's this TikTok shop. I said, I'm not
I
buying
saw
it.
this on the TikTok, and
Yeah.
the guy's
No.
really got a deep voice.
No. You said we're going to buy it from the
Yeah, we
TikTok
did.
shop.
I did say that.
And I said, we're not buying it from TikTok. And then we argued about it.
Yeah, we did.
We got to argue. What the fuck is it? I said, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm not. So I go to my doctor.
Motivation. I wanted some motivation.
Yeah, motivation to, hope to God we stayed alive. Or all of a sudden we grow vagina. We got the wrong
I
shit.
want to be in the gym going, come on, go, do it, man. I just want to be that guy.
That was totally that was a good conversation that day. We and then there was this one over there. Oh, stop, cut however she gets involved in those arguments. Oh, cut it out. So just buy the testosterone that he wants.
Buy it on my
Not
website.
true.
That's probably the way
I
it went.
totally do not condone TikTok testosterone.
Thank you.
It was on your website, I think.
Yeah. You were totally like, and you were arguing with me about what's wrong with this one. What do you fucking mean? What's wrong with this?
You're like,
I
I'm
said,
gonna go to my doctor. I'm
let's
like,
at
no.
least go to GNC. I don't go out to show stores. Well, what the fuck? We're gonna get home delivered from some guy you saw on TikTok. See these tits? I got them from TikTok.
He was very convincing.
And he was selling it out of his garage, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
seriously.
Yeah, but the whole scene looked
Putting a
very good.
label on
The
it
whole
and
scene
shit.
looked very good.
You just go into the guy's garage, it's all dust and shit, and you see him over there counting out, like weighing it on the thing, and then putting it in a package and pulling the sticker off and sticking. Fuck off with that shit.
Oh, it was so crazy.
And that's
I'm
exactly
still
what you do.
using my Korean snail jizz.
Oh my god.
See, that works.
How is that working?
That works.
Don't I look fresh and Asian?
I'll tell you this. You've made one snail very happy.
That's the things that we do. I mean, We test them out. We're the testers.
Yeah, whichever snail is filling up her tubes, he's one happy fucking snail.
Yeah. He gets it going.
They probably in the TikTok, that little office that you're buying it from, they're like, we got another order from Staxx. Get Henry ready.
Did you hear from the other guy? He's still looking at the thing.
Right. And meanwhile, there's probably not even a snail. It's some guy watching fucking internet porn, beating off into a tube.
It's not actual jizz.
It is jizz.
No, it's
Why
their
they call
slime.
that?
Okay, slime. How does it? Yeah, okay. Let's call it slime. It's probably not snail slime.
I look 10 years younger. I'm sure of it.
You look like you've been molested by a snail. The only thing that would be better.
I call you Turbo.
The only thing that would be better is if she started to grow those little antennas. Also, one starts poking out of her forehead, and we're like, "Hey!" And then the D's is over here. How about my testosterone?
let me grab the tentacles.
He's like, you're like benching her, sitting on the couch benching her, while she's like spraying snail cum on her face. I mean, that's the kind of family that I live fucking by.
Yeah.
It's not normal. It's not fucking normal.
We try things.
Oh shit, that's hysterical. So I gotta tell you one last story about that, right? About that episode of the getting the doctor to sign off. So I had a 9:00 appointment, right? So as you know, I did a huge garage clean out, right?
Oh,
Did a huge garage clean
I know.
out, right? 8 hours. 8 hours.
Yep.
I was in that garage, sweating my ass off, and I knew the next day I had to go. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and get this done by 7:00 because they wanted me there super early. Because she was concerned. She's like, do I need to get this lance now? She was about to slap me on the table, take out a scalpel, and start cutting me open, right? Because again, a periodontalist is pretty painful, and they know it, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, let me not go too long for this garage, but it just ended perfectly about 6-7 o'clock. So as I'm doing this, as you know, I got all these tools and stuff from my father, who's moving. My parents are moving from South Carolina to Florida, right? So I'm sorting through all these tools and stuff, and I come across this carbon monoxide detector. Great, no problem. How cool is that, right? Fantastic. So at the end of the day, I go take a shower. I'm like, oh, that carbon monoxide. I was like, what should I do with it? So I'm like, let me put it up in the garage. Right? I don't have a carbon monoxide detector in the garage. Let me put it up in the garage. So, and this is that night, right? Next morning, I'm going to this doctor. I got to be up super early. So I'm like, all right. And you all know I'm a night guy.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game, whatever's going on. All of a sudden, I hear, evacuate. Carbon monoxide level 154. Evacuate. I'm like, in the garage. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'll just leave it. Let's just evacuate, right? Stops for 10 seconds, goes again. I'm like, this is going to wake everybody the fuck up. I'm like, should I wake everybody up? Am I supposed to be evacuating everybody? I don't want them to wake up, but I'm kind of like on the edge. Should I wake them up? Should I get them out of the house? I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in there. So I go in the thing, and I press the test button, and it just stops. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was just that. It could be old batteries and stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I'll go sit down. And I wait a minute, and it's up. I got to get on the ladder, though. So I get down, I go back in the house, and I'm like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, this is nice, So I start to doze in here. Evacuate. Carbon monoxide 154. Evacuate the premise, right? And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, should I wake everybody up?
Just open your garage door and let it air out.
But again,
But
it's
what
just
is it
2 o'clock.
from?
Now this is 2 o'clock in the morning at this point, right? It's about 1, right? And I'm like, should I wake everybody? Like, if it was real, for
it's a
real,
tester.
you'd all die. We'd die. But it wasn't testing. It was saying evacuate. It was telling me there was carbon monoxide
That's what
going.
I'm saying. Like, without even pushing it into your attic?
Yeah. It was dead on. It was like, it was telling me you got to get out of the house.
Where was that coming from, though? Did you ever figure that out?
Oh, wait. So this is where it gets, this is where everybody that's listening is going to be like, dude, you're an idiot. Right? You're really kind of an idiot. Because this thing is now telling us we have to get out.
Right.
It's not fucking around. Like, it's yelling and it's yelling like it's giving the exact 154 decibel levels of carbon monoxide, and the only thing is say you will die. Right? It's insane. So I say to myself, this is literally what I say to myself. Well, I'm just going to take the batteries out. And if we're all live in the morning, I'll call the fire department. I'm like, this is a really bad decision. I feel it's a bad
Look, you
decision.
flipped a quarter.
Just in case, it's for real. I'm like, but I've been in this house for a while. I'm looking up on the internet as it's in the background screaming at me because I can't stop it at this point because I'd have to go in and get the batteries done. So I'm Googling it. I'm just hoping it's not waking up the kid. I'm hoping it's not because if Cece wakes up and hears, evacuate. She's running out the fucking house. She's got 2 dogs in her hand and a child on her back.
Yeah.
She's leaving me in there, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, this is just a terrible idea. But I'm going to stick with this idea. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. I'm going to hope we're all alive, right? And I'm going to go with it. So I get there. Thankfully, I'm here today.
Right.
So clearly it wasn't the carbon monoxide. So the next day, I call the fire department. Non-emergency. I'm like, and I got the batteries out. I'm like, I'm not trying to be that guy. You know, I don't want the whole crew coming with the fire trucks and all that. But my carbon monoxide thing was yelling at me. And she's like, when? I said, last night. And she's like, why you call me now? I'm like, because I didn't want to do it at 1 o'clock in the morning. She goes, it's kind of important that you call us when the carbon monoxide detector is telling you to get the fuck out of the house. I'm like, can we not have this conversation right now?
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like an idiot for not doing it. But here I am. Can we just? She's like, okay. She's like, but I can't guarantee that they're not all coming. And there they all were. Truck, you weren't. You guys. It was during the day. Truck, ambulance, fire,
missed it?
everybody. They all come down the block,
man.
right? So yeah, they all didn't have their sirens on, right? But they all came, right? 3 guys come in. They're like, what was going on? I said, that fire detector right there, the carbon monoxide detector, screaming to get out of the house. And they're like, oh, where is it? I'm like, right there. And he goes, well, why is the batteries out? I said, because it was screaming at me. He goes, when did it scream? I said, last night. I said, let's not do this. I said, let's not have this conversation. I've already been shamed, right? Yeah. And we're all alive, right? So he's like, yeah. He says, what about that carbon monoxide detector? I said, well, I just found it. I said, I just found it. He goes, oh, what'd you find? I said, oh, I had some tools. It was in the package. He's like, well, the battery's dead. I said, no, my son said the batteries were all leaking and stuff. And he's like, we threw those away and we put new batteries in. So it's an older fireman. You know, there's always the top guy with the big man, the handlebar mustache. Real nice guys. And then the 2 younger ones that look like should be on a fucking calendar, January and February, right? So he's like, here, hold this. He's like, read this. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I don't have my glasses. So one of the young guy reads it and he goes, this fire detector's from 2001.
Oh, no.
From 2001. He's like, I think the fire detector's bad. I'm like, well, that's a fucking bonus because we're all alive. I said, well, thank you. Can you not charge us for this? He goes, we don't charge you to come over. He's like, next time it tells you to get out, he goes, get the fuck out.
How dependable are those things?
It's totally dependable.
Really?
Yeah,
Unless it's from 2001.
2004, 24 years old. 23 years old.
Let's go back to the pinup calendars 1 and 2. Can we
they were
borrow
hot.
that
Yeah, they were
detector?
Oh, our house.
Yeah.
Our house definitely has it.
Yeah, they were hot. Yeah, they were good looking dudes. They really were.
Can we put it up in our garage just for one night?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, have them come over, but they come screaming.
You're gonna
over.
throw your snail jism thing on there. get a little sexy.
It is not. Is it not 1,000 degrees again up here?
I'm better now.
God, I'm sweating like it's.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I feel like it's running down my nose like a 10-year-old.
See it?
Do you see it?
Yeah, but
No,
you're very
no.
shiny.
Oh my God, that's
Very
terrible.
See, I'm not shiny. Do you want to borrow some of my?
Could I? Can
My
you get that
lotion?
snail? But I want to do it myself with the snail. I'm gonna take a little tweezers and be like, you know. Well, it's been a great first episode. With the new crew, it's fantastic. We're all, and look, Staxx stayed in it the whole time
Yeah, she
today.
did.
You know, because there was no distractions. No distractions.
No.
You didn't bump into anybody. You didn't do anything. And the D's, we're glad to have you around. You're gonna be the new producer. You will get that thing.
I'll get it.
Wait till you all get a video of how the D's operates over there. I'm gonna find this thing. Give me a minute. Leave me alone. He's getting all angry. I'll flip this table. If I can't find the button, we're like, just push the record button.
You're like, go, go, go. I'm like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, you gotta go. Sometimes in life, you just gotta put the seatbelt on and hope for the best. If we didn't record this and we miss it, we'll do it again.
I hope you guys.
Thank God he didn't have the
episode.
testosterone in him.
Oh, thank God, yeah. I'll fucking smash. All of a sudden, the Hulk goes running through the fucking wall over here. What would you like to say, Staxx, for the last of the podcast?
Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to name the D's.
Yeah, we got to name the D's. We're going to put that poll up. Please name the D's. Let's name the guy. And I say with that, AC out. This complete nonsense podcast is brought to you today and every day by AAO Optical and WDEC, Anglo-American Optical and What Do I Care Optical, 100-year-old manufacturers of high-end English eyewear, produced in the UK, distributed everywhere. Check us out for your eyewear needs.
Anglo-American Optical Ltd.com. If you can dream it, we can make it. 800-753-9727. Give them a call today. Also, Blue Savage Tea, BLUSAVAGET. It's an up-and-coming apparel company that specializes in custom designs of high-quality clothing and apparel. And if you can design it, you can imagine it, they can make it. Check out their Etsy shop, Blue Savage Tea. Again, that's BLUSAVAGET, all one word, on Etsy for great designs. Order today. Give them a call at 708-424-6119. We'd also like to thank our partners, Authentic Creations, who help produce, edit, and market this nonsense podcast. Check them out at AuthenticCreation.org. And we will not forget, last but not least, our partner of Workspace Collective in Daytona for allowing us to record in their luxurious space studio, dedicated desk, conference space, virtual office solutions, and casual meeting areas. The experienced team at Workspace Collective is here to ensure your business thrives. Give them a call at 877-490-0040. 040.